What actually happens to your body if you do 30 squats every single day?
30 squats might take only a few minutes, but repeat them consistently, and your legs, hips, balance, and movement can begin adapting. But here's what most people don't realize. Doing 30 squats every day doesn't automatically guarantee the results you expect. Your technique, recovery, current fitness level, and even the type of squat you perform can completely change the outcome.
And there's one common mistake that can turn your daily squat habit into something far less useful. Stay until the end because we'll reveal what 30 daily squats can realistically do, and what they probably won't do.
But the first change may not be the one you expect. Before dramatic physical changes happen, your nervous system begins learning the movement.
Squatting requires several areas of your body to work together. Your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, calves, core, hips, knees, and ankles. When you repeatedly practice the movement with good technique, your body can become more coordinated at performing it. That means something interesting may happen before you notice visible changes.
The movement itself may simply start feeling easier. 30 squats that initially leave your legs tired might eventually feel much more manageable.
That creates another question. If the exercise becomes easy,
Are you still getting the same training effect? We'll come back to that.
and this is where the difference between simply exercising and actually progressing becomes important.
Squats are primarily a lower body exercise.
Your quadriceps help extend your knees, while your glutes contribute strongly to hip extension as you rise from the squat.
Your hamstrings, calves, trunk muscles, and other stabilizers also contribute.
For someone who hasn't been doing much resistance exercise, 30 bodyweight squats may initially provide a meaningful challenge. With consistency, this could improve muscular endurance and make everyday movements such as standing from a chair or climbing stairs feel easier.
However, there's an important limitation.
Your body adapts. Once 30 repetitions become easy, repeating exactly the same workout may provide less stimulus for continued improvement.
So should you simply start doing 50, 100?
Or even 200 squats? Not necessarily. More repetitions aren't always the smartest way to progress. In a moment, I'll show you several ways to make squats more challenging without spending your entire day counting repetitions. But first, there's another benefit of squatting regularly that has less to do with how your legs look. If you're finding this useful, tap like. It helps us know you want more simple, science-based fitness videos. Think about how many times you perform squat-like movements without realizing it.
You sit down, you stand up.
You pick something up. You get out of a low chair.
Squatting trains a movement pattern that appears frequently in daily life.
Practicing it can help develop lower body strength, muscular endurance, coordination, and balance.
But there's an important condition. The movement needs to suit your abilities.
Squat depth can differ from person to person depending on mobility, body proportions, experience, and comfort.
You don't need to force yourself into someone else's squat position. And forcing your squat to look exactly like someone else's could be your first mistake. 30 poorly controlled repetitions aren't automatically better than fewer well-controlled ones. Your squat should generally feel stable and controlled.
Keep your feet securely planted. Allow your knees to move naturally in line with your feet. Maintain a comfortable torso position.
Move through a range of motion you can control without forcing painful positions. And don't rush just because you're trying to hit the number 30.
If you experience pain rather than normal muscular effort, stop and reassess instead of trying to push through it. Because the biggest secret about the 30 squat challenge is that the number 30 isn't actually the most important part.
Here's where things get interesting. If your goal is to become stronger, doing exactly 30 identical bodyweight squats forever probably isn't the best long-term strategy. Your body needs an appropriate challenge to continue adapting.
So how do you progress without turning 30 squats into 300? That's what we're covering next. Subscribe to All Health Code if you enjoy practical health and fitness explanations without the hype. Instead of endlessly adding repetitions, You can gradually increase the challenge.
You might slow down the lowering portion of the squat. You might pause briefly at the bottom.
You might improve your controlled range of motion.
You can progress to more challenging squat variations when appropriate.
And in a structured resistance training program, resistance can eventually be increased safely.
The principle is called progressive overload.
Your training needs to become appropriately challenging over time if you want continued improvement.
Think of it this way. If carrying one grocery bag was difficult 6 months ago but is effortless today, carrying that same bag repeatedly isn't going to challenge you like it once did.
Your squats work similarly. But there's something else people often forget when they decide to exercise every single day. Exercise provides the challenge. Recovery helps your body adapt to that challenge.
This doesn't mean everyone needs to completely avoid daily bodyweight movement. 30 easy squats for one person could be extremely challenging for another.
Training history, age, exercise intensity, sleep, nutrition, and overall activity all influence recovery. That's why copying someone else's 30-day challenge without considering your own ability isn't always useful.
If your legs are extremely fatigued or the movement becomes uncomfortable, increasing the workload just to maintain a streak isn't the goal. Consistency matters.
But sustainable consistency matters more. And now we need to tackle one of the biggest reasons people start doing squats every day: fat loss. Can 30 squats every day actually burn belly fat?
This is where social media fitness challenges often become misleading.
Squats burn energy and can contribute to an active lifestyle, but doing squats alone doesn't allow you to choose exactly where your body loses fat. And understanding that difference can save you weeks of frustration.
Comment squats if you want a follow-up video with beginner-friendly squat progressions.
Doing 30 squats uses energy, but it isn't a magic fat loss shortcut. Changes in body fat are influenced by overall energy balance, along with factors such as nutrition, activity levels, sleep, and individual biology. You also can't reliably command your body to remove fat from one specific area simply by exercising muscles near that area.
So if someone promises that 30 squats every morning will specifically melt belly fat, be skeptical. Squats can still be an excellent part of a broader fitness routine.
Combine resistance exercise with regular physical activity, appropriate nutrition, adequate sleep, and sustainable habits. It's a much stronger strategy than depending on one exercise. So after 30 days, what might you actually notice? If you're a beginner and perform the exercise consistently with appropriate technique, you might notice that squatting feels easier.
You may develop better movement confidence. Your lower body muscular endurance may improve.
And depending on your starting point and how challenging the exercise is, you may experience some strength improvement.
But don't expect a dramatic body transformation simply because you completed exactly 30 repetitions every day. Fitness doesn't work like a countdown timer.
30 is simply a number. The real value comes from consistency, appropriate challenge, good technique, recovery, and gradual progression. So what's the thing most people don't know about doing 30 squats every day? The secret isn't the 30 squats. It's what happens when your body gets used to them.
If the exercise stops challenging you, you need an appropriate progression, not simply blind repetition. That's how a short challenge can become the beginning of a real fitness habit.
Before you leave, hit subscribe, because the next video reveals another everyday exercise habit that people often misunderstand. Now you know what 30 daily squats can and can't do.
But squats are only one part of the story.
Because there's another simple daily habit that could have a much bigger effect on your overall activity levels. Click the video on your screen to discover what happens when you start doing it consistently. I'll see you there.